Run if you find a supervisor that does any of these things. Number one, if the supervisor is not communicating well with you. If you send them an email and they do not reply for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's not a good sign. It means that there's a communication problem. No matter how busy they are, if you're in communication with them early on and they already replied once to you, they should be constantly trying to be maintaining the communication. And if they cannot do that, there's no guarantee that they will be doing that during your PhD, right? And you don't want that, because if that happens, it means that your projects are going to be delayed. You want somebody who can manage to respond to you within 10 days, no matter how busy they are. And that's called good communication. Second one is when you check their students and ex-students. What's the drop rate? Was there any dropouts? Well, 1, 2 dropouts might be normal if they have 5 to 10 students. Depending on the priorities of those students, it's not always about the supervisor. But if that dropout is high, then it means that something is wrong. Always make sure that you check that by checking the websites of the universities and the posts and information that is available online, and checking where those students are. Third one, when you are talking to the supervisor about a project, make sure that there is a clear scope that you're going to be working on. A clear scope means that you're being hired for something purposeful. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that you're going to be thrown in so many different projects. Now, that might be good, that might be giving you a lot of exposure, but what if those projects are not related, right? And you really cannot make a constant thesis out of it. That's going to be a challenge. So make sure that that's not happening. The other thing that is really important is about the publication of that particular supervisor, especially if you're doing a PhD. If your entire goal is to become a professor, you know probably by now that there's a lot of emphasis on publications, or one great publications in one great journal like Nature, right? Regardless of that, make sure that the supervisor has a good track record of research publication, and not just because their name is big in the industry means that they're going to be keeping things going like that, right? They might have a lot of publications, a lot of citations, but not in the past 2-3 years. And if it's like that, make sure that you're going to talk about it, or kind of trying to avoid that if your goal is publications. And the last one but not least, if you're going to work with a particular supervisor, make sure, aside from all these communications, being supportive, all these great things that can happen during your PhD or master's, make sure that you check the track record of their students. Where are their students now? And you can easily find it from checking their labs or university or checking their university's websites. You can easily find it, where their student, who their students were, and where those students are now. Simply check LinkedIn and reach out to them. The other thing that you really probably want to do is to reach out to the current students on LinkedIn and ask about them on how things are going and whether they recommend this supervisor or not. Supervisors ask for recommendation, normally 2, and universities do the same thing. Why should you not do that? Do your own due diligence before picking the right supervisor for you.